That's how also incriminating themselves on interviews look. So it's kind of not.
Imaginary player VonOff1700 is the test tube baby spawned from Sir Lucian Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, at an orgy with his underlings, Diddy and Tom March, the CEO of Capitol Records, who signed fake King VonOff1700 to a record deal. Urkel-Off1700, oops, I meant VonOff1700, is the fake gangster marketed as the hottest drill rapper coming out of Atlanta, oops, I meant drill rapper coming out of Chicago, right now. He's repeatedly lied about being a killer for hire and catching a body at a gas station in order to garner attention for his rap career, but will his trolling in the recording booth lead to more bloodshed on the streets of Chicago? And when more people die as a result of fake rap beef, will anyone hold the executives at Universal Music Group, like Lucian Grange or Tom March, morally and financially responsible for profiting off of black pain? This is the Mighty Cartoon News Network, and on today's show we will explore the history of the real-life gang war that Universal Music Group seeks to exploit, and discuss the present-day dangers that result from trolling by Urkel-Off1700, oops, I did it again. I meant discuss the present-day dangers that result from trolling by VonOff1700, the gangster with glasses. This is Family Matters, the real-life story of how Davon Meeks sold his soul to the devil.
Care to share where you were born? I was born in Chicago. They care to share where you were raised as well. I was raised in Chicago. They still reside in Chicago today. Now, what age were you when you officially left Chicago? I was like 14, 15, 13, 14, 15, all. Now, what was the reason for moving out of Chicago at that time in your life? I don't even know. I think my OG just wanted to move. She was getting some bread. She had a lot of money to do cool. After 2 years, I went back like, yeah. Okay, so at 14, you moved to Atlanta. And then 2 years after that, back to Chicago. And then back to Atlanta again. Yeah.
According to imaginary player and fake gangster Davon Meeks, he was born on the west side of Chicago on April 22, 2003, and raised in the North Austin neighborhood until he was 14 or 15 years old. He claims the blocks at North Avenue and Laramie as his own, along with fellow members of Toss Gang, which descends from an older faction of Four Corner Hustlers that called themselves L Block because they all lived on streets that started with the letter L from 1400 North to 1700 North. So, the name Urkel-Off1700, oops, I did it again. I meant to say, the name VonOff1700 makes sense because Davon Meeks spent his childhood with his brother and their homies on 1700 North Laramie. Toss Gang's main ops are other Four Corner Hustlers from Black Mob located a block south from their territory, and Sane Gang, an alliance of 6 factions of Mafia and Sane Vice Lords, located a block west of Toss Gang's hood. According to older members of Black Mob, their beef with Von's hood started when he was a baby and died down when he was still a toddler. This is a crazy picture of Davon Meeks holding a gun with his finger on the trigger when he looks to be around 12 or 13 years old. Hopefully, whoever took this picture had enough sense to empty out all of the bullets before handing the gun to a child. Family Matters, and Davon's mother was concerned about the life choices her 2 sons were making, so she moved from Chicago to Atlanta when Davon was 13 or 14 years old. On November 19, 2016, Kevin Shorter Jr., an 18-year-old member of Snow Gang, was walking down 1400 North Latrobe Avenue, which is L Block Toss Gang territory, when he was murdered at around 11:15 a.m. On January 13, 2017, 21-year-old Diamond Woods, a member of the Sane Gang, was shot to death in the Austin neighborhood on the 600 block of North Central Avenue at approximately 4 p.m. A member of the Sane Gang named Romaine Elkins, 18, was standing outside about 5:15 p.m. in the 1500 block of North Lender, which again is in L Block Toss Gang territory, on June 9, 2017, when people in a dark-colored SUV opened fire in his direction and killed him with a shot to the chest. VonOff1700, VonOff1700, turned 14 years old in 2017 and obviously did not jump off of the porch in Atlanta to fight a gang war in Chicago. So, Lucian Grange really needs to explain marketing this goofy as the next King Von. King Von was a psychopath, but he was authentic and made music that people could feel. Everyone knows that losing OD, Cheroid, and White turned Devon, King Von Bennett, into a demon, but what turned Devon Meeks into VonOff1700? On September 12, 2017, Isaac Allen Hughes, better known as Ice, an older member of Devon Meeks' gang, was murdered. The 32-year-old man was found lying on the ground by police with a gunshot wound to the face on the 5000 block of West Monroe. Devon Meeks says he became a super savage because he lost his uncle and a close friend while going to war with his enemies, but he does not claim that Ice was his uncle, and it appears the war between Toss Gang and Sane Gang died down in 2017 when Devon Meeks was just a 14-year-old boy living in Atlanta until he started making drill music.
Yeah, I'm murdering. Like, it's different for me because I lost family. So a lot of people lost friends. I lost family.
Devon Meeks is not the only person that has lost family in these streets, but he's the only one not naming names. What is his dead family member's name, and when did he die? VonOff1700's whole life and reputation as a killer in the streets of Chicago is a fairy tale. It's a dangerous marketing plan that he's executed with the help of the devils that he has sold his soul to. In 2020, the coronavirus pandemic was in full effect and Devon Meeks would drop out of high school as a junior to gang bang in Chicago and to rap about drilling niggas with his brother, SBG Brick. Around this time, he dressed like any other wannabe rapper/thug, but also added a Pooh Shiesty mask to his wardrobe, which became popular during the era of COVID-19. On July 14, 2021, an 18-year-old Devon was arrested for unlawful use of a weapon and quickly bonded out. The next year, on September 23, 2022, he was arrested again, and this time he was charged with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon because of his arrest the year before on the same offense. Despite the fact that he was a repeat gun offender, he only spent a short time in jail, but his brother, SBG Brick, got locked up for a longer period of time, temporarily derailing his rap career. On the other hand, now that Devon Meeks had some sort of criminal history to brag about, all he needed to do for a record deal in 2023 was to kill someone, spend a little more time in jail, add his trademark, Urkel glasses to his look, sell his soul, and give his booty hole to Adam 22. On March 17, 2023, Anton Smith, a 27-year-old rival gang member from the Sane Gang, was sitting in the driver's seat at a gas station on the west side of Chicago in the Austin neighborhood around 8:45 p.m. in the 300 block of South Cicero Avenue when two people walked up and opened fire, killing him with a shot to the chest. On July 26, 2023, a different Anton Benoit, from another part of the city, was murdered on the south side of Chicago in the Chatham neighborhood at a Shell gas station on 86th and State Street when a Dodge Durango pulled up and two men with automatic weapons hopped out and opened fire, killing Anton. So, peep game. One of Devon's enemies from the Sane Gang named Anton Smith was murdered on surveillance camera at a Thornton's gas station in March 2023, and VonOff1700 started chasing clout, false claiming a body. He wanted the public to believe that he had killed an op named Anton at a gas station because he knew he didn't do it and wouldn't get arrested for it, despite dropping hints in songs and on social media that he was a killer. Chicago police released footage of the murder of the other Anton Benoit, in July 2023 to the public. Coincidentally, the gunman that jumped out of the Dodge Durango from the driver's side was wearing a Pooh Shiesty mask and glasses. A week later, Devon Meeks was arrested for armed robbery on August 3, 2023, but he was now a man with a plan.
Devon Meeks, aka VonOff1700, is an imaginary killer. Most of Devon's reputation as a killer comes from his own social media posts and interviews, not police records. Especially the post, where he dressed in an outfit similar to the one worn by the shooter with glasses, from the shooting on July 26, 2023, of Anton Benoit, like he was going to a Halloween party, dressing up in a gangster costume. In November 2023, with his older brother still in jail, upon Devon's release from custody, within 90 days of his arrest on armed robbery charges, VonOff1700 released a song dedicated to his brother, Free Brick. Toss Gang also celebrated the death of same gang member, Keyshawn Johnson, on November 7, 2023. Keyshawn was murdered on the south side of Chicago, in the Chatham neighborhood on 83rd and Drexel, which is a long way from same gang territory, in the Austin neighborhood, but about a 5-minute drive from the Shell gas station, on 86th and State. On January 6, 2024, VonOff1700 released his biggest song to date, On Deck, where he again glamorized violence, and dissed his ops, but that's exactly what devils in the music industry wanted him to do. Tom March was appointed CEO of Capitol Records in February of this year. Capitol Records is a subsidiary of Sony Music, which is under the umbrella of Lucian Grange's Universal Music Group. In March of this year, Jeff Vaughn, the president of Signal Records, got the okay from his new boss, Tom March, to sign VonOff1700 to a record deal. Soon afterwards, he released the song Flame Out where he rapped. This is not only a reference to the rumor that he killed someone on camera at a gas station, but it also references the rumor that he stole Lil Zay Osama's expensive, foreign car. Here, in the song Flame Out, VonOff1700 brags about killing same gang member, Anton Smith, in March 2023, on the west side, but in the song SOB, he brags about killing Anton Benoit, in July 2023, on the south side of Chicago. Adam 22 is the devil, so of course he wanted to give VonOff1700 a platform to promote self-destruction, and VonOff1700 did not disappoint his masters.
Killing their ass. So I'm looking to tell them we are killing them. So that's what we're doing for now. So when they die, look at us, yeah. And the cars we be stealing, and some of the cars I don't even get in no more. Like RT Durangos, I don't get in those cars no more. Okay.
Obviously, VonOff1700 wants everyone to believe that he killed a gang member named Anton. It doesn't matter which Anton everyone thinks he killed, as long as everyone thinks he killed Anton. Z-Money, a rapper from same gang, claims he doesn't know VonOff1700, despite the fact that Urkel keeps mentioning his name in interviews, as his biggest op. On May 24, 2024, Camarion Jones, aka Lil KJ from same gang, was murdered in a drive-by shooting on the west side of Chicago, while standing on the 4700 block of West Polk Street. He was 19 years old. On June 3, 2024, VonOff1700's homie, Garion Smith, aka Mook Money, was dropped off at Stroger Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds, leading authorities to believe that he was shot in a drill gone wrong, where members of Toss Gang dropped him off at the hospital, and left him to die, because they did not want to face criminal charges. Things got worse for Toss Gang on June 14th of this year, when a 13-year-old affiliate named Demarion Rags, aka Lil Mook, was shot in head and killed, in the North Lawndale neighborhood, on Chicago's west side, while standing on the sidewalk of South Independence Boulevard near West 13th Street. The death of his friends hasn't stopped VonOff1700 from dissing his ops, real and imagined. On July 8, 2024, a Syrian Hogan, better known as rapper, Lil Scoon 89, was murdered on 89th and Langley. VonOff1700 had met the rapper, linked up with him a few times, and they did a couple of shows together. It is widely believed that Lil Scoon 89 was set up by a couple of females. VonOff1700's clout chasing has posted on social media, "I just called, nee. She talking about, I don't know why you calling my phone? Bitch, we killing you, that's why." Please, smash that like button and subscribe, if you've enjoyed our show, and believe that people like Lucian Grange should be held responsible for profiting off of black paint.
Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner? I'm shooting this just like Jordan. All this on their gas, dumped out black, and let them at that door. Coming your way, maybe we flying south. They let them label the